Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. The party is at the edge of the jungle, at the edge of the lagoon, practically. You can look out to it with this magic wand and the beacon concept in mind. You are guaranteed to be able to find it unless your wand runs out of charges. It's just a matter of getting to the middle of the lagoon and then finding it there.
So when you say lagoon, I'm imagining like a lake, but is it more of a swamp?
No, it's more of a lake, sandy bottom, shallow lagoons like this on these sorts of islands will tend to not get too deep. You know, maybe at the deepest point it's overhead, but most of the area should be, knees to chest height.
We all have swimming, right?
Yep.
I would never not take that, I think.
Yeah.
So
I believe
think it should be
everyone's got
okay.
swimming.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess
I'm
we
a
start
power
wading
gamer,
in
right?
there.
All right. It's morning. The sun has come up. You've all got your second wind.
With any
You
luck,
want swimming
walking through the
proficiency
night means that the guards have to stop at some point, so we've probably gained some time on them here.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope so.
No need for swimming unless we come across it. So is it just the whole party walks out into the lagoon together looking for this thing? Is there another
Yeah.
plan of attack?
Nope.
No, we're at our
That's the
wits'
plan.
end. We are all
Oh.
fucking exhausted. This is our
Yeah.
literal last hope.
You
We're
walk out
following
to the middle of the
Nolan's guidance.
lagoon. Magic wand showing you where to go. You get close to the middle, you wand again, you move, the required 150 feet or whatever to the spot. You wand a third time, and it's straight down. The water here is up to your ribs. And somewhere under your feet is this box. Is this something?
You get digging.
Okay. Time to dig under the water. That'll
This isn't
require...
even the last step, is it? This is literally just where it's buried. God damn it.
Nah, it's the last step for sure.
Surely.
Okay. I don't think there's any checks needed here. It's just a matter of time. And as you guys said, you probably have a day on the guards who
Can we do a
would prob-
check for like speed? At
Yeah.
the very least, because it can't harm us.
It can't harm you. What?
It can't
Yeah.
harm us. What do you
Can't
want?
harm you.
strength?
roll one.
Yeah, Archie, give me a strength check, buddy.
Okay,
Mr. Muscle
we need
yourself.
a big one.
Absolutely.
Good
It'll
enough.
take you guys a
It's
while. It'll take you a
fine.
while.
not a
But
one.
eventually, with lots of breaths and going down and moving sand and then coming up and like the sand sort of falls back and it's a bitch to pull the sand out and like actually dig a few feet down in this lagoon. It takes hours. But you do it. There's a box in here and you haul it out. And this box seems to be probably wooden underneath with like leather over the top of it and then metal bands around it. And the leather even here in this situation looks a little bit worn and old. And this box also looks like it's seen better days. And there feels like there's some sort of waxy substance between the leather and the wood underneath. Someone clearly tried to waterproof a chest, but it's been here for probably a couple thousand years. It's still in some remarkably good condition for the place it's been sitting. It was probably made of the finest materials with the best craftsmanship put into it to give it ultimate longevity. And you got this box.
Is it
Like the
locked?
one before you, it's locked. And you're in the middle of this fucking lagoon. And you just gotta
Alright.
get somewhere to open it and get to town or get to a place to rest. You're down on HP. You need some sleep. Your muscles are fatigued. You're exhausted. You haven't been eating well. There's been like random seagulls and shitty tiny fish.
Okay, let's get shortest direction possible back to the shore, back to where there's some trees. I'm going to makeshift some lockpicks again, try and get this thing open. If not, I mean, I don't think John knows this in character, but I mean, don't you have to like learn the spell, which is going to take some amount of days?
I'm not actually sure 100% what's inside.
Okay. Well, because we might end up having to find like
Yeah.
an inn in town and maybe even like stash the one somewhere so that they can't track us to the town. I don't know.
Well, we did have a skeleton key that might be a house we can hold up in, unless that guy's body's been found and people are like, this guy's missing.
Yeah, or maybe he's not from this town. You know, he could just have his key with him from wherever he's come from. But maybe it is.
Just roll well. Be able to open the lock, please.
Yeah. So Neal, can we drag ourselves our last bit of strength back to the shore and makeshift some lockpicks?
You settle down under the trees. You've got some daggers now. You can grab some branches and try to makeshift yourself some lockpicks and pray that this goes better. What is your lockpicking chance? Not enough. You really need some proper tools because these little bits of wood aren't working. They're snapping off. They're not finely enough made to really even feel the vibrations of the tumblers.
This failed enough to destroy the wood within the lock.
Yeah, you're gonna. The makeshift tools give you, when they fail spectacularly. So
Nilrim cries from exhaustion.
We've got to sleep. We're an hour away from town. Should we try and go back there, or should we just try and sleep here? But they'll find us, right? You said they're tracking us.
They must be using the wand to track us somehow.
Wand.
The wand that we've needed this whole way. But
Well,
I don't think we're gonna need it anymore.
Well, we already established that they can't track us to the exact location. What if we just bury the wand somewhere? Make our way to town, we'll come back and find it.
Wait, is the wand the key? Can you, like, tap it and will it open? I'm so sick of wandering around with no idea what we're doing. I'll try anything at this point.
It is a wand of detection from magic, but I mean he'll try it.
yeah,
Abuse him.
it's a dumb idea. You know that.
Yeah. I'll just
Sorry.
abuse him.
Wait, so after my stick breaks in the lock, I scream in frustration and attempt to just. I'm just gonna try the open doors check now. I'm just gonna try and fucking rip the. I don't know.
You should let Archie try the open doors check, right?
Well, he can try after me after I fail.
Hi, hell yeah,
We'll
I'm
just
gonna
use
try it too.
your roll, whatever it is, and measure it against Archie's rather than giving him a second chance. That way, there's not the like spam. We'll have the weakest
Good.
person, the second weakest, and the third weakest. We won't.
What is
We
it,
won't allow.
strength? Or is it just
He's
D20?
rolling.
D20.
Okay.
It's a D20. You want a 10 or lower, Archie, to break it open on things. To yes, you
He hulks it.
obliterate this chest. You bash it to
I cry in
pieces.
happiness.
I will let out
Yeah.
a scream as I obliterate this chest.
Archie, you
Ugh.
absolute beast.
I
Being-
scramble for the shit
Thank
inside.
fuck for that.
Yes,
I soy dive.
within it,
Jesus.
there is a leather-bound book, which is wrapped in a waxed, like a wax paper bag around it, just in case water gets into the whole thing. And the leather-bound book is tiny. It's really thin. It's like one spell. And you pull it out, and it's in the language of magic. You're going to need to read magic to
I have
really
it.
read it, and
Which he
you do
has.
have it.
Which he
I
has.
do have that. That
Well,
has been prepared.
This is what we've been looking for, Nilrim. This is the smallest book
This
I've
is
ever
it. He cries in happiness.
seen. So what
it is indeed a reveal spell. It is not the reveal doors spell, actually. This is a second level custom spell that when you read it over, it will reveal like it's like the foil to a very specific higher level hiding spell, which seems to be a combination of like illusion and locking. Based on what you can read from this thing, what this would reveal is a very, very specific type of like illusory wall or hidden doorway that is like quasi real. So in theory, you should be able to like walk across this illusion if you're unaware of it, because it'll provide some level of actual fabrication, which means that this illusion, this illusory wall or whatever it is, would be almost impossible, maybe impossible to detect without this spell. Like even a detect magic spell wouldn't reveal that this is like an illusory wall before you.
Yeah.
So this is a unique key to a unique lock that someone, probably Ferris, created thousands of years ago.
But is it a scroll, or is it just you can learn this spell?
You can learn the spell. This is the spell book. There were scroll versions, but they got destroyed when the last box was treated very,
Well, I
very
hate to bring
harshly.
it to you, but Nilrim's not level 3, right? So you
I'm
can't
not level
learn this
2.
spell.
You can't
Yeah,
learn
I
the
don't
spell
know.
yet, yeah. yet, though, right? This is a spell you will definitely, if you have this, you'll be able to learn it. So, good pirate knows he can always come back for buried treasure, right? If it's buried, you can just get it whenever you want.
All right, Nilrim, read the book. It's only small. Find me this fucking laboratory so we can get off this damn island. We've walked around it, it feels like about 30 times by now.
Nilrim reveals to you what has happened
The terrible,
And-
terrible news.
and cries.
I think John starts to laugh. Oh
It's
my
cruel
days.
fate, John.
So what? So what you're telling me is in, a few months we can come back here and find this place.
I looked through the wreckage. Is there anything else in the wreckage of the thing that we just destroyed?
Nope.
The chest?
It's just this wax bag, inside of which is this book with a heavy leather binding all the way around it.
Okay. He knows in Ferris's note, Prudent Wizard also hides a copy of the real spell, which is what we had hidden.
That's
He's
what
gonna
we
just
found.
throw down a few detect magics just in case to see if there's anything else hidden nearby. Maybe there's some random scroll that this guy buried as well.
No.
Nothing.
It looks like even the beacon that this detect magic was going off on is gone. It must have been the chest itself rather than the book. And now that the chest is completely destroyed, the beacon is gone as well. So, that's all right. You got what you needed.
Opium.
No other magic in the area. But you guys are exhausted, and you're out of money, and you need a place to rest and recuperate your wounds, get your wits about you, get some food in you, and figure out a plan of attack.
I think we need to go back to the town. I feel at this point we need to sleep in an inn with food and a bed.
I agree. Nilrim grabs the wand. Captain John, I have to break this. They're gonna know where we are. They're gonna know where this spot is if I don't break it soon. We have to act like there was nothing here and get rid of this beacon spell.
Your stick.
Archie will
Nilrim
step up.
snaps it.
Ooh. What do you do after you step up, Archie?
Archie was gonna ask if he could do it, but he will still
Oh.
politely ask for the 2 pieces of the wand,
Yeah, after I snap the wand, I'll give it to Archie.
and he will just like throw it on the ground, and for a good like 2 or 3 minutes, while letting out every single curse he will stomp and punch and kick on it.
Nice. Nice. All right. Wand destroyed, party exhausted. You make for Port Ferris. And you can come in somewhere around midday, a little after midday.
Barely stumbling into town.
Yeah. You don't see any of the White Prince's men. It appears they've come and they've gone. You see some of the other normal guards. No one else notices you, or they notice you, but no one recognizes you, seemingly, as you make your way into town. How much money do you have?
Well. So, first of all, I've got around 2 pounds of potatoes. Okay, so I know that that's going to get me something. And then I've got 20 copper and 2 silver. Oh, wait a minute. I got 15 stones. I don't have any rations anymore. I've got a little scrap of bell.
You have a nice new shirt.
So you need
Right.
some money.
Koibu, would I still have my family's emerald ring that my mom gave to me when I left, or was that lost in the shipwreck? A
No,
ring
that's
my
on your finger, I'm sure. Or maybe on like a necklace around you or something. That's definitely on you, but that would be...
We're gonna have to pawn it
Ooh.
for the
You've been holding
boys.
out on us. How did I not see this before?
I pull it out of my jacket or whatever. It was on my neck. I got us into this mess. I'll get us out, and I'll hand it over to Captain. You need to pawn this and sell it. Should catch us a few silver, maybe a gold or 2. I don't know.
All right.
It was my mother's
Yeah.
wedding ring, Captain.
I take a look at it. How much do I think this is worth now? I haven't got appraising. You talked me out of taking it. But
Well
I
then.
do my best to do an unproficient appraisal check.
Okay, give it to me.
I mean, I could probably, maybe Nilrim could tell you how much it is worth. I've had the ring for a long time. I would probably have looked
Maybe
into it in
you've had
town.
it valued, yeah.
My mom, it was hers.
Let me just look up what appraisal is.
my emerald ring.
Oh, sad. Rogue, appraising, intelligence.
I have 18 int.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you do, like, with appraisal being a rogue skill, can you make an unproficient appraisal check as a wizard?
Yeah, but I guess I would give you further penalties. No.
I mean,
No,
I
it would
looked
just
at
be a
my
half.
spell.
It would just be a half. No further penalties.
Okay, I can't work it out. Well, maybe Nilram knows.
You know, Nilram, it's an emerald. Emeralds are expensive. It's probably worth at least 100 gold.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Do you want my +9 or no? Are we good with that?
No,
Do I
that's
appraisal
good.
check?
We know it's worth 100 gold. I'm not sure we're going to be able to pawn it that easily, but I'll try. All right, guys, just find someone to sit. All right, I'll be back. And I pocket the ring and head
Archie
into town.
will immediately sit in the middle of the street.
Right. You,
Nilram sits with him and cries.
the two of you plop down in the middle of the street. There's a little bit of crying. A moment later, a couple of copper coins drop in front of your feet from some passerby. You guys
I
can
was going
add,
to tell you to move, but this is a good idea.
you can add 2 copper to your sheet, Nilram.
Thank you. I will. Take that.
All right, I head into town. I'm a thief. I know how to find a pawn shop. He said pawn it. He wants me to pawn it, not sell it. So I probably will just pawn it.
No, you can sell it. He said either. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I can sell it. Okay, I'll just sell it. I mean, I head down to maybe the dock area, staying away from the White Prince's ship. Try and find like a shady bar where I might find a fence.
Certainly, there's a bunch of taverns down here. You have your choice between Quackerton's, the King, the Prince's Cup, and Greenfeather Inn and Tavern.
You need to sell it shadily. It's a real ring that we didn't steal. You could literally just go to a jewelry place and not sell
I
it
mean,
for.
yeah, that's a good point. I didn't really sell things to fences.
He doesn't know how to do things on the up and up.
Yeah.
I go into that. I go into the shadiest of these 3 taverns, looking at them. I think maybe
That's
it's the Prince's Cup,
Quackerton's.
but it's Quackerton's. Okay,
It's
I thought
definitely
maybe it was, like,
Quackerton's.
ironically named.
No. The Prince's Cup is like the nicest one.
I go into Quackerton's and under the guise of finding a fence, but I sit down on the bar, say to the guy, "How much for a beer, friend?"
3 copper.
Ah, fantastic. I give him 3 copper.
I pours you a stout ale, hands it to you.
Fantastic. I drink it. I drink deep. I probably knock it out and then order a second one, so I'm just going to drop another 3 copper there.
Yeah, just spend all of our money, Captain.
I get.
A thirsty
wait for my
traveler,
second
huh?
drink. Oh,
Ran
yeah,
out
yeah.
of rations at sea.
Something like that. It's been a long couple of days. Say, you know, are there any jewelers in town?
Not proper jewelers. No, there's some jewelry makers, but mostly like beads, little bits of, stuff
I
on
figured.
string. No proper jeweler.
I switch into Thieves' Cant, which for those watching who don't know, it's like a sort of thieves, like secret language to like tip off other thieves.
Yeah, like
I,
verbal hobo signs.
I say, I don't suppose you know where I could find a fence around here. Looking to offload some merchandise. Man's gotta eat.
The guy sort of looks at you. You know, it seems like he doesn't quite recognize your jargon and goes, "Excuse me?"
Never mind. Thanks for the drink. And I stand up from the bar and I look around the room looking for someone who's looking shady.
Who's looking shady.
Yeah,
you
you
see
know.
some drunken
Maybe some-
sailors who have been, starting early today. You see a
Maybe
cleaning
it's like
boy.
a gang of people in the corner of the room, like gambling or like playing cards. Making
Yeah,
a
they
lot
don't
of
look
noise.
particularly shady, though. It looks like maybe a couple of sailors, a couple of merchants, and one noble lady over at a table playing
perfect.
cards.
I go up to like I pick up like a pewter mug that's on one of the tables, and I sort of like shine it with the shirt, and I look at myself in the mirror, and I like fix my hair and like straighten my cap, and I realize that I haven't got a feather in my hat, and it upsets me. I look around just in case there's a feather lying around, but there's not. Put the mug back down. I walk over to the table and say, hey, guys, room for one more?
They all kind of look up at you, and one of the merchants says, if you've got the coin, and kicks out a chair for you. You can see that they are betting with silver pieces. Looks like small blind is 1 silver, big blind is 2 silver, and then bets go from there.
Just
I'm kinda
fucking gamble it.
I'm running low on coin. I suppose I could bet with this. I take the ring out and put it down on the table. And it's worth at least 150 gold. Anyone got change?
The room goes a little quiet for a moment as everyone sees the piece of wealth. The sailors look very impressed. The merchants have this annoyed look, like, God damn it, breaking coinage. Like, you're bringing a ring to a card game. I don't have this sort of fucking money lying around. The noblewoman will actually snap up the ring, not to like steal it, but to take a look at it. Holds it up to a nearby candle, and then just turns to you in her seat and says, "Well, I don't know about that, but I'll be happy to buy this off of you. You said 150 gold."
It's a beauty, isn't it? Listen, it's been in my family for a long time.
She collects her coins, puts her cards face down, stands up, and puts an arm around your shoulder and begins to walk you out of the tavern. In your family a long time, family heirlooms, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right, yeah. I mean, I think it's probably worth about 150, but, you look like a well-off lady. If I could get 200 for it, I'd make me real happy, I could
Well,
feed
as
the
you
kids
said,
and
it's only worth 150. I can't pay you extra for sentimentality, and besides that, there's no one else in town who's going to buy this.
Yeah, well...
May I introduce myself? I am Lady Nightingale. I own the iron mines here.
Lady Nightingale. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And you, fine sir?
Well, and I take off my hat and put it down to my side. I am Captain John Winters. Currently, without ship, a minor setback.
Captain's a state of mind, not a measure of where you are in life.
This is what I've been telling the crew. I'm glad someone finally understands.
Oh, but a crew you need a ship for, absolutely.
Yes, it's more just a group of vagabonds for the moment.
Mm.
But I call them crew, Makes them
She
feel
looks
better.
around. She sees no vagabonds with you. She gives you the questioning look of how insane is this man I'm talking to. She double checks the ring to make sure it's an actual emerald.
I distract her by putting an arm around her this time and say, I said it's got a lot of sentimental value, but, I haven't really gone on with my family for a few years, and coin's coin, so yeah, 150 gold, call it a deal.
I'll have to take it to my man to make sure it's the real thing and not a little piece of magic or not a polished piece of glass. Come with me.
Of course. Let's go right away, yes.
And she will take you up towards the west end of town, right near that blacksmith street that you found, but like one street over, into a nice 3-story house. It's mostly made out of wood, stone foundation though. She'll bring you in. She'll take off or one of her servants will come and take off her coat. She'll, mention to have you be cleaned up and presented somewhere while she goes upstairs to refresh herself. And one of the servants will take you into a room where they've got some taquitos laid out already, as if they're waiting for a guest. There's a pint of cold ale.
Oh yeah, should we get a hotness check on Lady Nightingale?
Lady Nightingale.
Yeah.
Average.
All right, I use my superior hotness and high charisma to charm this woman. She might be noble. She's never had someone like Captain John Winters giving her their command before.
True.
I play it. I play it all flirty,
Mm-hmm. Give me
against the leg.
Give me your best flirtation check here, Captain John Winters.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, it doesn't go that well.
Yeah.
You're just creepy.
It's the arm around her was the step too far. That's where there's that line of nobility that should not be crossed.
Yeah.
And you get the arm comes off of her, the cold shoulder, the like you stand over there, I sit over here. Once you've been refreshed and she comes down in a new change of clothes, you can see the ring is actually already on one of her fingers, and she says, I quite like this piece. I would be happy to pay you the 1,500 silver for it.
Just out of interest, buddy, what did I say to the guy who was looking at it? What would you say this thing's worth? Deal's a deal. So I know.
I think my lady paid a fair price for it, my lord.
Yeah. I narrow my eyes. All right, well.
Yeah.
I think to myself, it's not my fucking family, Alan. I'll take it. Let's go. 1,500 silver. Yes, please.
Okay. She makes a hand, a door gets opened, and out come a pair of servants who will carry over to you some large bars of silver as well as 2 bags full of silver coins. 1,500 silver weighs 30 pounds to haul it around.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you not have any gold, perhaps? This is rather a lot to carry.
Unfortunately, there is not a lot of gold coinage that circulates out here on the Outer Ring. Mostly we deal in copper and silver, but I don't think I have enough copper on hand to pay this. If you prefer, I can give you iron bars, but that would be more weight.
I'll take silver, Lady Nightingale. Thank you so much for the business, and well, no, never mind. I'll see you around sometime.
She raises an eyebrow. Please, you're the first person to bring anything of taste to our little island in half a decade.
Well,
Are there more such rings nearby?
Well, there is always treasure nearby, milady, but none that I possess right now. I don't suppose you could recommend an inn in town. My group of vagabonds and myself need a place to rest.
Are most fascinating to me. Please. And she sits down at a chair and kicks her feet up on a table, sort of unceremoniously, but opposite of you, so not too casually. Who are you, these vagabonds, and where do you come from?
I'd to understand you have an estate in town. Perhaps we could talk in
You're in her estate. You're in her 3-story fancy home.
Well, this place is lovely. I don't suppose I feel bad. My crew of vagabonds, they're not really all that bad, really. They're just sitting on the street right now. I would told them I would come back when I had a place for them to stay. I don't suppose you have a spare room or two for us here, do you?
We don't often rent rooms to strangers, but for friends, there are always rooms available. Depending on how good of friends the lot of you can be. Why don't you gather up your ruffians, bring them back here, and we'll make some arrangements.
You are truly a wonder of the Dardanelles, milady. And I give her a little curtsy or bow and leave the room. And feeling a lot better after 2 pints of stout and some taquitos, I meander back through the streets. Well, you guys are where I left you. Nilrim. I actually had quite the journey in town. I've managed to sell your ring for a hefty price, and I think I may have got us lodgings with the local nobility. Follow me, lads. I give them a wink as they stand up.
Pick himself up.
That's
Did he give
my
you more
captain.
coins when he was crying? 2 coppers all you got?
Oh, yeah, no, you got some more. Give me a charisma check, Nilrim.
32.
Oh!
That's huge. Nilrim the wizard crying on the street. Quite a sight to see.
You get another 61 copper.
Hell yes.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. So, Neal, how much could I buy a boat for the 4 of us? Like a lot more than 1,500 silver.
Yeah.
I
might get
wander
a passage.
back through the streets, leading my party to Lady Nightingale's estate, and give a rap on the door. As I wait, I turn around and smile and say, "This place is great. You're gonna love it."
The
This is-
servant
collects himself.
A servant opens the door. The scent of like freshly cooked food rolls out towards you, and you can see there's a couple of servants carrying like trays with plates of dishes on them for some fried chicken over there, some recently spiced potatoes over here, some like crispy green beans cooked in a lot of olive oil and salt over there, and they're all being like taken into this hallway while another servant motions the 4 of you in, gives a nod of acceptance to the captain. And you guys are led into this very same room where the nice long dining table with beautiful, what would you call it, like tablecloths over it, actual silverware, nice fancy decorative plates, tall candles, all laid out like a proper feast. And at one end of the table is Lady Nightingale, who is currently admiring the ring on her finger and has like a little notebook in front of her that she's jotting some things down as she looks at her ring. She already has a plate of food and has begun to eat. And when you 4 of you enter, she motions for you to sit and tells you to feast.
I introduce everyone. I'll say, Lady Nightingale, as you're aware, my name is Captain John Winters. This here is my right-hand man, my first mate, Archie. To the right of him, our friend Neal.
I would cut you off here and say, my lady, the ring looks beautiful on you. It was from my mother from Ragoon.
Your mother has good taste. The people of Ragoon are most wise and judicious in their approaching of the, how do we call it, inter-island conflicts.
And last but not least, our divine friend, Sail.
I give like the most elegant and sweeping bow that I can, like as much flair as I can. I'm like, sail at your service, my lady.
Well,
are we sitting down now?
Yes.
Please sit, eat.
Thank you. We are.
I will eat ravenously,
Starved.
with 0 tact or taste.
Yes, there is plenty of food to go around. Water, wine, ale, the lot of it. And as you eat, she kind of waits for a little bit until it looks like you guys have at least slowed your roll, you know. And then she says, so, you are the people who beat Lady Chroma's son into unconsciousness and left him to die in the jungle.
Norum nods.
What makes you say that?
You're wearing his shirt.
I have a chicken bone in my hand, and I'll say I also slit his Achilles. And he goes back to eating.
I was hoping you would say that. Well, Lady Chroma has been a thorn inside of me and our people on this island for far too long. Her family has ruled problematically slow. Anyone who mussies up her son has made a friend of mine for quite some time. Although, you might want to change your clothes before you go back out into the streets.
If you were offering me a change of clothes, I would gladly accept it. But let me tell you that what I was wearing before this was less flattering.
My late husband still has some clothes around. I'm sure some of you will fit into them. If not...
You sure you don't want me to just pretend to be your husband? I give her a wink.
I will certainly hope you wouldn't pretend to be my late husband. He was not the greatest of men. You would be doing yourself a little favor.
Indeed. Not the charmer I am, I expect.
I don't think anyone is.
I'm glad that we could have been of service to you, Lady Nightingale, before we'd even met you. Will say that Lady Chroma's son had quite the mouth on him. Right little shit. You know, I'm not one to always condone violence, but let's just say this motherfucker had it coming.
Oh, what did he say?
Well, I wouldn't like to repeat it in polite company.
Oh, do tell, Captain. I'm sure she'd love to hear.
Well,
I'm all ears.
The things he said to me pale in comparison compared to what he said about you, Nilram, when you weren't listening. He said
really?
That you were,
Captain, what did he say about me?
He said that you were a 2-bit bandit who never done anything good in his life. And, Well, you can tell him. Feel free. Wow. I'll let him know the next time I see him. Did he recover, by the way? Next time you see him, he'll
probably be crawling through the woods, I'm guessing.
I expect he's been gator food by now, but...
Oh, he was found. He was found and brought back to town. He's resting comfortably in his estate, although I dare say he won't be walking again for the rest of his life.
Norum smiles.
Terrible thing.
Archie will laugh very loudly.
You know, it's good that we've all got something to bond over on this first day of meeting.
I'll stand up. Where are my manners? He'll dust himself off. Nilrim, the wizard from Redport, at your service, milady, and I'll do a bow.
Quite brave of you to introduce yourself thusly. It takes a lot of courage. Are you not afraid of the White Prince's men?
I am not, and he'll show his hands.
My.
Proudly.
And you, Divine One, I see no symbol of a stare around your neck. To which god do you pray?
I pray to any and all gods that will answer my call, milady.
Based.
She seems impressed by that. She looks over at Archie, and is this your brute?
My first mate.
Ah, first mate. And what is it that you do, Archie?
Archie has like a bunch of food in his mouth as he talks. And he'll just say, I just beat people up when he tells me to. That's pretty much it.
That is basically it.
Well, quite
He's
the
good
band
at
of
smashing stuff too.
brigands you are.
Well, I take issue with that word. I'm no brigand. I'll have you
Pirates.
know, a captain. A captain, Miller. A captain.
Captain, yes.
You should have seen the ship I came to this island in. Lady Nightingale.
Wasn't much of a ship. Died
It's
to
a
one.
sight to behold.
Died to one wave, Captain.
One wave? It was, unfortunately, it seems the secret's out. We find ourselves here as a result of a shipwreck, hence the unregistered wizard and the non-law and order cleric. Weird
Right.
customs we've got over here.
Yes, quite weird. Not all of us are happy about the status quo, but here on the Outer Ring, it's easy enough to live life as we please until the White Prince arrives with his men and enforces their will. Lady Chroma never stands in their way. She is the Baroness of this island. It is her duty to keep the White Prince at arm's reach, but she is more than happy to suckle at his teat and beg for every last ounce of good favor he can provide by letting his men come onto this island and search it high and low, invading our homes. They had the wherewithal to come and search my house even.
Unbelievable. Those bastards have been... Well, you can't move them on this island. It's like shit in a field. They're everywhere.
What is the white wizard or the white cleric's wizards
The White
called?
Prince.
They're adjudicators? Do you know what I'm talking about? The people who test
Inquisitor?
and see. Inquisitors, yeah.
Yes.
I will inquisit. When is the last time the Inquisitors made their way out here? Have they ever?
Well, the Port Inquisitor remains where they are. The traveling Inquisitors come by once every 3 years to examine the children. Once every 4 years? 3 years, 4 years? One of those two. They aren't due back until next summer. But there is an Inquisitor in town at the docks. So you had best stay clear of that area. She motions to the wizard and to the cleric.
Yeah.
Lest you be apprehended.
To be fair, Lady Nightingale, given the presence of the White Prince's men here and the occupations of my friends here, I was thinking it may be wise for us to find passage off this island for the time being. But with their massive ship out there in the harbor, I imagine that could be quite difficult. I don't suppose you could pull some strings for us, find us a ship out of here that we could maybe board at night, or maybe when the coast is more clear.
You hope to beat a hasty retreat from my good graces, I fully understand. Unfortunately, I will have to ask some favors in return, seeing as you are staying in my house, eating my food, drinking my drink, and possibly sailing away on one of my ships. I think it's time you metaphorically scratch my back. She gives you a pointed look when she says metaphorically.
Very well. If we can rest for a day or two, and you can help us off this blasted island. We'd be more than happy to help with some chores around the house. You need some shelves putting up, or got some barrels you need moving from the basement.
That sort
Sure,
of
sure.
work.
Your
Put
husband
into
dies.
barrels, Captain.
Sure, well, that too, yeah. I'm sure since
Why
your husband
don't
dies, you could do with a
you-
man around the house, odd jobs and that.
When I find a man to be my husband, I'll let you know. In the meantime, why don't the four of you rest up for a few days, get yourselves in fighting shape, and I will let you know when the time comes. But for now, eat your fill, drink up. I'll see you in the morning. And with that, she gets up, and you can hear her walking away, her heels tapping on the stairs as she goes to the second floor, then to the third floor. And some of the footmen stand around ready to, escort you wherever you need, keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
You
As
can
she
notice
leaves-
that one of them is like clearly assigned to counting the silverware because his eyes are always going to your hands and like watching where the proper silver is to make sure no one like takes any knives or forks or spoons or anything.
Is there servants as well, or is there only guards?
When I say footmen, I mean like, servant footmen.
Once she's like out of the room, I like pick up one of the empty bottles of wine and hold it up and say, "Can we get some more wine?"
Yeah, they
So the guy
grab some
watching
wine
you.
off of a cart that's in the room and bring it to you.
Perfect. I pour it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we enjoy ourselves. Probably get some experience. Heal up for a couple of days. See what.
Yeah, Nilrim gets fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
will Archie.
I think we all get wasted, right? I think we deserve a bit of a session
Mm-hmm.
after what we've been through.
XP.
Absolutely.
Experience. We didn't get it last session, I believe.
We did not.
So let me calculate it all. It'll take me a few minutes. So while I'm calculating experience, let's check in with our party members again. Why don't you guys go around the table at your own pace and tell us where your characters are? Has this worked out? Is it better or is this worse?
Nilrim and MrMouton were extremely frustrated going around the fucking island and
Yeah.
looking in every nook and cranny. However,
Yeah.
Nilrim is excited to see where this turns us. He seems to have met a fellow psychopath who enjoys torturing people, like that kid. He's excited. He's excited to see what this lady brings him. And they'll eventually get off this hellhole with the magical items that they came for. It's going to take a little bit longer than expected. That's fine.
Okay. Next.
Nilrim's cool with it.
Does that mean?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so Archie's still pretty frustrated, especially with Nilrim. I mean, like, he's not the smartest, but he kind of figured that, the wizard man would figure this out and not chase them around the entire island before ending up where they pretty much started. So even he sees that this was a pretty big deal, so he's still not... He likes his combat capabilities, but he's still pretty damn pissed at Nilrim. He's just been a little bit too exhausted to express that, I think. He's happy that, they've been able to get food and shelter here and everything, so that's cool, but he's never going to be really happy until he's out back on the sea, so the one thing racing through his mind is, okay, we're not going to find this laboratory, and this Nilrim guy is probably a fraud, so we should just do our best to somehow find a ship, and I'm sure John will do his best to get us one in the near future. That's pretty much what's going through his head.
Okay. Next person.
Sale is thoroughly regretting making a pact with some unknown being and being thrust into this absolutely dire adventure where he has absolutely no creature comforts for the last 2 weeks. He's feeling very sorry for himself, but there is that little glimmer of hope that maybe these guys are the right kind of people who he wants to have on his team because they're the right kind of psychopaths, they're the right kind of and he actually really likes the lady because she seems very straightforward. She's basically hinting very heavily that she wants us to go kill or mess up someone, and he's super on board with that. There's pay on board.
Yeah, right. I think John's pretty happy. All things in all, his pockets are heavy with coin. Might not necessarily be his coin, but while it's in my pocket, I think it counts as my coin. We've not found this laboratory that Nilrim wants to find, and we did go on a bit of a merry goose chase around the island, and it was looking a bit dicey for a while sneaking through the camp. But all's well that ends well. We got the book. We also have all of our fingers and toes. Still got both of our eyes. we're sitting in a, rich noble lady's house, drinking her wine, eating her food, and she's probably going to get us a ship off this blasted island. So
You're gonna
could be
get us a
lot
ship.
worse.
It's gonna be our ship.
Well, maybe. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? And yeah, if he plays his cards right, maybe he can get in her bedroom and steal a ring back.
To be clear, we were like, our characters were super fucking exhausted after that whole
Yeah.
trek.
I think we're like
Mhm.
literally passing out as soon as we finish eating, really.
Right.
My guy actually fell asleep at the dining table.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Sale might fall asleep at the table.
Why don't
no.
each of you take home 1,425 experience for our adventures
good.
so far?
1,420.
25.
And I get 10%, right?
You get an additional 10% because you have super high intelligence.
Shit, so is it Dex for rogues and Strength for fighter?
Yes.
So do I just get the 10% on half of my XP, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And I
Do I
get
get-
spellcasting XP, right?
I think we're just gonna skip that. It's a bitch. I'm just gonna be more generous on the quest XP, so we don't have to track the spell stuff.
I think it's better, because it
Okay.
discourages, like, oh, I cast this spell for random reason, just to try and farm XP.
It's also just a bitch to
about-
keep track of, and
So we're
I'm
not
just,
doing clever ideas or, like, rogue
no.
XP for
I'm just being
thieving.
more generous with quest XP than typical. So Archie, you are a
Yes.
fighter who has at least 17 strength, so you get 10% additional on top of what you've got here. So you should bring home 1567. Sale, you have 16 wisdom, so
Okay.
you also get that. Looks like everybody's getting 10%,
Everybody gets 10%.
except for John's fighter
Yeah, I technically only get
subclass. 1567.
Oh, I have leveled up.
Excellent.
Me too.
How do I know when I level up?
I'll
What level are you? Level 1?
Level 2.
You need 4,000 XP to level
I
up.
DM'd
Okay.
you the page.
But it sounds like Nilrum levels. So Nilrum, why don't you roll us hit points?
1d8.
No, not a D8, my friend. D6. Oh, brutal. Brutal.
One.
No.
But you get an additional spell per day, which is nice.
Oh wait, I get an extra 1 HP from my con.
Oh, you have 15 con?
One.
I have 15 con, so I get 5 HP.
Nice. Okay. That's actually a lot better.
And an additional HP per day? Or
Spell per day.
additional Spell.
Yes.
I leveled up Rogue as well.
Okay. Is your rogue level 3 now?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a D something for your hit points.
D6 we were doing.
Yep.
Same as a wizard. Okay. That's
Yep.
how we're playing it.
That's how we're playing it.
D6 plus 1.
Show us the god seed.
it by 2.
Yes. 2 HP. Don't
All
mind if I
right.
do.
Yep. Half of it because you are multi-classed. Sale, you were at the very beginning of level 1, right? So you are just halfway. Actually, I think clerics level up at 1500, don't they?
I have no idea.
Clerics level up
we
to
check.
1500, yeah. And
Yep.
3000 is the third level 3.
Yeah, if you're only level 1, you might have got to level.
Yes. Sale, you have reached level 2 as a cleric. So you get additional 1 spell per day, 1 first level spells per day that you can learn. And you get another D8 worth of HP. So roll us 1d8 plus 2 for your high con.
+2, right?
Yes. 6 more hit points for you. Your total goes up to
Nice.
15.
I'm very happy with that.
I get 5
That's
HP
really
is so
good, yeah.
fucking weird.
That's all you get at level 2. Archie, you were already level 2, and you had what, like 4k? No, you had 2k XP, right? So you will level up 4k, so you are 100. You're 433 XP off of leveling. Nick, how far is your fighter from leveling?
I still need 1300.
Okay, so you're a little ways away.
So I think the only thing I get on this level up, because usually my Thaco would improve, but it's already at 19 because I'm a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just HP and I think just 30 points in my thief skills, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where are you putting that?
I'm probably gonna put. I might just do 10 and move silently, 10 in hide and shadows, and 10 in open locks.
Seems good.
And that's probably the best.
When we come back next week, we will have some more stuff going on. The White Prince's men haven't left yet. They actually haven't even gotten back to Port Ferris yet, so there will still be trying to avoid them while you guys rest and heal slowly. There will be, hopefully, some quest coming from Lady Nightingale, and maybe some more clues. And
Oh, I get new spells as well.
Oh,
right?
Yes, you get...
How does it work? Do I pick one or do I roll? I don't remember.
So it
Usually you
depends
can
if you
pick
want to
one.
use the normal rules or if you want to use my cool new rules that are still being tested.
Are his new rules cool, Nick?
Oh, they are.
Wait, what are your new rules?
So my new rules are at odd levels. When you gain a new spell level, you automatically get one common spell of your specialization. And at even levels, when you don't get a new spell level, you get one uncommon and one rare spell. So you'd get two spells, but I would randomly determine what they are. Or you could just, the old way is, or you just pick one spell upon level up. Or you roll for three of them.
Randomly determine?
Yeah. Do you want the DM to randomly determine you an uncommon and a rare spell? Or do you want to pick one of your own? Or do you want to roll
Can we
to learn?
play loose with this? So can, like, I choose, like, this level? Like, sure, you can determine it. But then, like, maybe for level 4, I want to pick. Go half and half?
Yeah, sure. We can do
Is-
half and half.
You should do that, Neil, because otherwise it's gonna be, with 18 ends, it's gonna be better for him to just roll for 3, like basically
Yeah.
every time.
I'm down
Yeah,
to do
he's got
that.
pretty
So
good.
this time you can pick. Or you can
Okay.
pick level 2. Yeah, second level.
Right, because I created this brand new spellbook building tool, which took me fucking forever to do, and I'd love a chance to actually play with it. All right.
You're muted, Nick.
Is that secret, Neil, that tool, or some Regal Goblins?
Yeah, it's not linked there yet. I'll show you later.
Okay.
Okay. So, uncommon. Do you already have the armor spell, Mr.
I
Moon?
did not.
Well then, that is the first uncommon spell that comes your way. Grab armor.
Good one.
Nice, yeah. It's good for all
And
levels.
for rare, that list didn't have a rare one in it. Fist of Stone.
I will read up on those.
Okay. Yeah. So that will be it. We will be back next week, but not on Tuesday. We'll be back on Wednesday next week. So one day later, but same time. And we'll be back then. So, everyone, shoutouts? Anything anyone wants to say before we head out for the night?
Yeah. If you're enjoying the campaign and you're not from, Neil's normal community, maybe you're from PokemonChallenges or PotatoMcWhiskey's YouTube channel, guys, come and check out my stream. Probably going to be talking about this campaign tomorrow night. If you want to hop up, we'll do like a recap or whatever, talk about what we're going to do next.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Nick for carrying this episode. Very hard.
Right. Other than that, come check out all of our streams. You can see our handles right here below our faces. And we'll be back in a week and a day. See you all next time. Goodbye.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.